The CPL 2006 Winter Championship Finals from Dallas, Texas are presented by AMD. Own the game. Choose AMD. And by the ATI Radeon X1950 from AMD. Also brought to you by BenQ. Enjoyment matters. Choose BenQ. Pizza Hut, bringing exceptional pizza deals to gamers. Razer, for gamers, by gamers. Coverage brought to you by GotFrag.com, your daily dose of esports.
Again, the match that we have coming up against All Authority, the French team versus Flo. Guys are in the server now. We're just waiting for the rest of them to kind of get in.
We're just waiting for a little bit of a restart here. Let's go over the prizes that these guys are fighting for. I know we've got a lot of money on the line for these teams. This is really early in the tournament. We're on the first day. But, again, the eye is on the dollar bills as we go. And again, here's a picture of aAa right here as they wait to get underway. And I think we got a few members of Flo who are not quite ready to get started yet.
All right. Yeah, I think one of them, it looks like one of them did have a PC crash here. So
yeah, that's the issue.
One of the aAa guys. But here we go. Here's the breakdown for the prizes. First place for the CS tournament, $30,000. That's a big chunk of change.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
For a couple days, hey?
4 days worth of match play, and you can walk home with, if you're first place team, $6,000.
Per person. And second place prize, of course, $21,000. Third, $14,000. And fourth, $9,000. You can see all of them right here. And 9th through 16th, it's important that even those couple of teams there, those 5-6 teams, all get at least somewhat of their trip paid for, or at least their registration. So, hey, it's not a bad deal if you can place in the top 16.
Yeah, and that's going to be quite a task, though. Looking at the list of teams, very staggeringly impressive team list. I think the top 16 teams are all world-class teams that have an opportunity to win this event, and that's saying something. We looked at the past winners before. We saw SK up there a couple of times, and we saw the same similar players on all those teams in almost every one of those lineups. And the funny thing about that is that at this event, it's a change. Any one of these teams really has a decent shot at this thing. It's really quite open, and the new game of Counter-Strike has really started to allow people to have more and more of an opportunity to play with these top teams. So it's nice to see, and we saw like last weekend at WSVG where a team like Attacks, who just put together a lineup, goes out and absolutely dominates some people and stomps on people. It's going to be an interesting event, and I'm looking forward to seeing it as it plays out. And I think this is an opportunity to see how good a mid-level to a top 10 style American team faces off against maybe arguably the best French team. So a big test for France to see where they stand right now as the favorite in this match, and an opportunity for Flo to maybe pick up a little bit of an upset.
Now, speaking about some of those other top-ranked teams that we've seen play a little bit earlier today, would you say that I know I wasn't very impressed with some of the play of these teams? For example, SK. I mean, they did come up big in the end, but, it was disappointing play throughout the main part of the match. And it was really impressive to see Fisker come up big for SK, but I think that's some of the experience coming through.
Speaking of Fisker, though, I thought it was awesome early in the match. He was playing so poorly, and then he comes back later in the match and just absolutely rocks.
Unbelievable.
He proved a few people wrong on the forums. I know somebody got absolutely reamed because he's posted how bad Fisker was, and then comes back and dominates in the overtime. So that's funny to see. We're going to go through the map real quick. Again, we're playing on Inferno. We played on that earlier. We also played on Nuke earlier in the two matches that we covered. So on the Inferno match that we had before, we talked a lot about the two different bomb points. We've got the banana bomb site here up in the top. It says A on there. We've had a little bit of a debate among some of our people up top there. Bomb site A is referred to because it used to be located here in the defensive spawn, but it got moved up to bomb site A and moved away from the spawn later on in a later update of the game. So that's why it's referred to as A. Bomb site B down here is called the main bomb site, or it's also called the netted bomb site because there's a net that covers the actual bomb site itself. And so most of the action you'll see is going to come from this area here, which is called the middle, the halls, which is up here, and then also the other major choke point is the banana hallway here. You can see it kind of forms a banana shape, which is where the bomb site A gets its name, the banana bomb site. So that'll give you a major idea of where most of the attacks are going to come from. Again, as you can see, the offensive spawn over here, the defensive spawn over here. Another important point of this map that we're going to talk a lot about is the actual rotations. Getting from point A to point B is quicker on the offensive side than is the defensive side. If you look at it, the defensive side, actually let me do one thing real quick. The defensive side takes so long to get from point A all the way around here, where the offense can quickly go to here. It's quicker for the defense to get there than it is quicker for the offense to get there than it is the defense. So we see a lot of quick rotations, a lot of people faking to one bomb site and then quickly back to the other. So we'll be watching that as we go along.
Now, we did see a lot of fakes in the SK Project matchup, and unfortunately for Project, quite a bit of those fakes were failures. I mean, SK just was playing well, I should say. I mean, they expected the fakes, and against a mediocre team, those Project fakes would have been very successful.
Exactly. I think the disciplined nature and the experience of the players from SK Sweden allowed them to make up for that too. So an excellent point there. And it's going to be interesting to watch how these two teams work together. Flow is maybe not nearly as experienced. I mean, it's a debatable topic, but aAa is more of the established franchise team, so I would expect them to be more disciplined when it came to watching for those fakes, but at the same time, Flow could take that advantage of that and work from it.
And you know what? A lot of people on the board seem to think that Flow is going to pull the upset. Now, Trevor, is that your opinion as well?
I like the match looking at it from that point of view. I do think there's a potential for that upset from Flow, but at the same time, I think aAa comes in with a lot of momentum. I think they're a good team that has a lot to prove. The French community was definitely impressed by their play at CPL Italy. We saw them come in and beat aAa, a strong team from Germany, to win that CPL Italy. They did so 16-6 in the finals. The issue, I think, largely is going to be how well Crow plays. I know that's on our keys that for the match here that we'll be showing pretty soon, and I think that we have a lot of those situations right now with questions about how aAa is going to be in this kind of a format. We've seen them play well at Italy, like I said. We've seen Flow play well at events in New York. So it's going to be two different sides of the world facing each other.
Well, and the bottom line is they've come from overseas to play in this tournament. I mean,
exactly.
Nobody wants to come from that far away and lose.
That's exactly right.
And I think
that's a lot of money to travel that far to lose
exactly.
to lose in group play like this.
And they're good if they're traveling. So
they better be.
I think that has a lot to do with it as well. But we'll just see. I think this is going to be a good matchup. Let's take a look at the key points for this match. Trevor, Gino, one of the better players for AAA, we'll just call him that for short, replaces Dr. Crow.
Yeah, Dr. Crow was an important member of this team. He played extremely well for them in ESL France, who was one of the online leagues inside of France that they play in regularly. And he was replaced by Gino, who his name is going to be Nept in game. NTEP will be him. And he's the third person in your view right there. And then, again, that'll be interesting to see how he plays in replacement of him.
And what about the second point? What Flow are we going to see? We're not really sure.
Yeah, we saw Flow beat EMG, Amazing Gaming, 16-13, and then lose to JMC 16-1. So, and then we talked about, I'll take the last one, we talked about how important Inferno's going to be on the rotation, so we're going to be watching that. And I think we're live in the game, so quick little start here as we get underway.
Against All Authority is on the offensive side. That's the terrorist side. They do have the bomb. It's a 4-1 split. They're holding back in that banana side. Let's take a look and see what they do, Trevor. Here's maybe a little bit of a fake here already that we've seen.
They kind of walked into the banana bomb site and then stepped back and went down middle, and they've got the bomb in tow right now. Looks like they're going to go right up middle and see if they can't attack them. It looks like they're just going to go right after him.
Looks like it's a pretty simple 4-1 split here. 4 guys to the left up the middle, 1 coming towards the halls, through the halls, I should say. And the bomb looks like will be an easy plant for against all 4.
Oh, never mind. Lim was there in the bomb site waiting and was able to do a 1 damage, but aAa is going to clean up as they're holding down the middle.
Oh, man, look at these headshots coming from over by the library. That looks like it's Stino over there, and he's still going to town. Looks like he's heading towards the middle area. 2-on-1 situation. The bomb is planted. He gets another one, makes it a 1-on-1. So let's see if we can get the last frag and then get that defused. It's going to be huge.
He's going to flash that pit and see if he can't find this last guy.
That last guy is Ferg, who is hiding up in the halls, it looks like. A little bit of a fake here. Let's see if
he's not going to get it defused.
He's not going to get it. There goes the bomb. So nice, well played by against all authority there.
Yeah, Ferg played that extremely well, staying in the hallway, not allowing it to come out, and just basically held back. So we saw a nice split there by aAa. Go to the telestrator, check that out real quick if we have an opportunity. And so nice. It was a nice fake. They went up banana, then they came back, and so they went up. They went up the banana hallway. They came back and went to mid, and then instead of going the normal route to the right there, the lower part, they actually went up with a guy coming out halls, and they hit it from both sides here. So a great job on the attack there of that bomb site B, the main bomb site, by aAa there on that pistol round.
Right now, it's just the basic save after a pistol. Flow down to 2 guys, and 4-on-2 is the situation. But one of them is hiding inside the site. It looks like he's over by those boxes back there. NTEP just put the bomb down in the regular spot. So let's see what Flow can do. They're just going to look for some exit kills, looks like.
Yeah, just waiting here. Good job by aAa, but you know what? They haven't really cleared that bomb site. Flo might have an opportunity here to defuse this. I'm not sure if he's close enough yet. Oh, they're staying there, though. Nice job by Nep to come back and check to make sure they're not going to defuse, but the last guy for Flo is right near the bomb. His name's Chet.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he found him.
Well played. Well played. I mean, that's experience right there. You don't ever want to be one of those teams that falls victim to the ninja defuse, ever.
Yeah, and you could see the smile on Evo's face as we came back to him. They were maybe going, maybe we could sneak this round out, and then, you know what, that was shut closed real fast as Che got taken out. So, again, going into the 3rd round here, first round was an important pistol round, second round the save round. Now we're looking at another save round here for for Flo. Evo also being one of the members who's going to save. We have the spotlight camera on him in this match. A couple of quick frags here as aAa spamming those hallways there up on the right side.
It looks like Flo put 4 guys on that on that B side, the netted bomb site side. Evolution's the last guy there, and he's over down the banana, just waiting for him. He did have a gun, so he did get a frag there. Picks him up. Oh, finally gets blasted down. But he got a couple of frags there, and that might hurt the money situation just a little bit for against all authority.
Yeah, every one of those frags helps on Flo's side. They need every one of those in order to buy extra weapons, to have money to buy in case they do lose this round. They're trying to build up some extra money, so it's nice to pick up those frags. But again, you're down 3-0 right now, and if you're aAa, you want to win this round and keep the money situation in your favor. If Flo loses this, they'll most likely lose the next round too. So this is an important round. It's basically 2 for 1 right here, and Flo wants to win this and start turning the momentum back in their favor. 3-0 in favor of aAa.
Just looking right here, right now, one of the things I've noticed is that against all authority, they're controlling the middle very well. It doesn't look like Flo's a team that likes to peek whatsoever. I mean,
Very defensive play.
They peeked that round, and the guy got his head blown off. So I don't think they're very comfortable doing that kind of thing. Right now, against all authority is working up the banana side. They do have one rotator. That's XP3. You can see him on the screen. He was trying to get the flank, but nope, goes down. And the bomb's still hanging out in the middle. The bomb carrier is Ferg. So let's see what exactly they do.
I honestly think aAa is a little confused about what they want to do. They were going to go B, and they caught Che trying to flank right there, so now it looks like they're going to go into the main bomb site now and try to get a plant.
Well, I think Stino's waiting for him. Solid play. He gets both of them. Guns him down, headshots both of them with the M4. So there you go. He has the bomb in his control, and all of a sudden, against all authorities, in some deep trouble here.
And Net picking up that last frag there at the very end before Lim finishes him off. So now 3-1 score is Flo able to pick up their first round of this match, kind of bringing it back a little bit. It's a 3-1 score. They can try to build on that momentum here. I think both sides will have enough money to buy again. So we'll have a full gun round here as we move in. I've seen a lot of success attacking that main bomb site from aAa. I'll be surprised if they don't at least try to mix it up and go B. But a quick push here by Flo.
Nice grenades being tossed down. Look at Stino going to town. Against all authority in the middle here, they're kind of confused now. They're holding back. They don't know what to do because now it's a 4-on-2. Next thing you know, they're down to, barely less than half of their strength.
Yeah, you missed the initial rush there on the overhead. What happened is most of the defense, the Flo team, had pushed all the way up into the middle and attacked aAa as they came up the T ramp there, and it's kind of a counter strategy. You have you have different defensive strategies, and one of them can be a very aggressive one. And that's exactly what they did. Is they called an aggressive strategy. The whole team pushed up. They did a bunch of damage, and then smartly they backed off while they still had an advantage instead of risking that and maybe tossing it away by getting out of position. So this backup now has left them in a 4-on-2 in their favor.
I think Flo's getting a little antsy here, but against all authority, Flo keeps parking that guy underneath the balcony, and it's gotten them almost twice now. Against all authority, almost, there you see Chi, that's the guy who was under the balcony. They've almost been cut down twice in a row now from that same position. And now they're in trouble. The bomb's down. Chi continues to hold it, and his teammates, Evolution, will clean him up. And against all authority, he's dropped the last 2 rounds now, and they don't look that good with the guns, Trevor.
Yeah, they definitely haven't been as successful with those guns. 3-2 score right now, and it's most likely going to be a save here for aAa after losing 2 rounds like that.
With no plants.
Yeah, with no bomb site plants. With you normally getting that bomb site, you're going to plant it in the bomb site. You're going to get that extra $800 even if you lose. So an important distinction there, and most likely going to be a save. It looks like aAa is going to rush up the middle here.
I'm not sure if I agree with this, but Flo, the banana guys, looks like they pushed hard, and it's paying off just a little bit. But you see,
they might get a plant here.
The plant here with Ostriker, and
what is he doing? Plant the bomb.
I don't know. I think he knows that Chi is there, but I'm not sure Chi knows exactly where he is. Obviously, he's covering over the balcony, and he should be able to.
If he doesn't plant this bomb, it's an outrage. He should have planted this bomb, the extra $800. He needs to get this down.
I think he knows exactly where Chi is, and there you go. See, the bomb goes down, and now they're really in trouble.
Yeah, unbelievable, right there. I really thought he should have planted that bomb. That $800 is more important than going after a frag. So a big mistake right there by aAa as they mess up there in that round. Looks like they're going to try to maybe get a plant here. No, he's going to push again. They're not going to get the plant. So it's a 2-on-1 situation as Flo has the man advantage.
I'm not sure what NTEP's trying to do here. He may try and circle around, or I'm not sure he has time to take it. Nice pick. Let's see. Looks like there's only 20 seconds left, and it takes, of course, 4 seconds to plant that bomb.
This is going to be extremely close. He's going to have enough time, but it's going to be close. Both players rushing to get to the other bomb site because they know where the bomb is going to get planted.
Oh, and he's right out in the open. I'm afraid that Lim's going to step out, and he does.
He should have taken that extra second there to step behind the box and planted. Bad mistake, and again, if you missed it on we were in the in game. We were on the picture of the players. The in game, the players were trading information, and they were asking, how much health did he have left? And they said, only 9. So that's why he died so quickly. Both sides a little curious.
But
about
really, that. That was poor play. He should have been behind the box.
I completely agree.
So here we go. Should have. Looks like we're going to have another save here for against all authority. That. Not getting that bomb down really damaged the money. And Flo is just going to town. Look at Chi, man. This guy's crazy.
Yeah, Chet is down. Got 3 frags there, big time. So really setting it up for his team. And watching right now as the 2 teams set up for what should be an important gun round here. Again, a nice shot there of Evo as he's working with his team. 4 straight rounds for his guys. And watching him as he's put up a 7-5 score so far for his team. Setting up for this next round.
And we should finally see some guns here for Against All Authority, and indeed we do. So taking a look at the overview here, you see the bomb is dropped inside the house right now, and we're just waiting for these guys to finish setting up here. I think, they're trying to... Against All Authority really wants to scope out what's going on, and Flow has changed their tact almost constantly. We've seen rushes by them, defensive rushes, and then they hold back. I
think it's extremely well played the way they're playing defense. Sorry to cut you off there, but extremely well played. They're mixing it up, and I think aAa is in shell shock right now. They've kind of slowed down their offense because they don't know what to expect from Flow.
And you can see the initial frag continues to go to Flow. Look at Lim just going to town with that M4, and these guys are caught in the middle. I mean, they're caught in the middle. You can see a nice shot there from XP3, but again, another CT round. I mean, it's like Flow. They have this bomb site down on lock. I mean, netted bomb site's closed.
Yeah, and the real thing is that whatever aAa decides to do, it seems like Flow's done a good job of countering it. They tried to push up there into the middle and then go to the right side of middle. But you know what? Flow came from the left side of middle and flanked them and was right there, and they basically had guys in positions ready to go as soon as aAa attacked. So aAa needs to pick a place and be a little more aggressive. I think they need to show Flow that they can be very successful in an offensive rush, and I think that unless they take the initiative back from Flow, aAa is in serious trouble.
But I don't think that's going to happen. Another defensive rush down banana by Flow, and you can see Lim here running back. The rest of Against All Authorities on the other side of the map. They're beneath the window. So Lim, as you can see, is heading back to back up his teammates here. Right now, it's a 4-on-2 situation, and looks like Against All Authorities is going to take that bomb up inside the hall. As you can see, XP3 here. He's leading the way as his teammate kind of holds back. Smart play, but look at his health. He's got just 31 health points. That can't be good. Oh, what a shot.
And I think it was a little more than necessary for Evolution. Again, that AWP, a one-shot, one-kill weapon, and he only had a 30 life or so. So really overkill right there. But again, Biso doesn't have a clue where he is here. He should know there's an opera right there.
I think he's going to find out real soon, and he does. Looks like he knows that there's an off back there, but good teamwork right there.
Exactly.
Peeks around, baits him right into the guy.
And when you have a man advantage or like that, or even more, they had a 3-on-1 situation, you shouldn't be attacking the guy all by yourself. Use your teammates to your advantage, and especially with an AWP like that, it's a one-shot, but then it takes so long to reload and reshoot the weapon that it's not a good situation to be fighting close range like that with an assault rifle. So smart play, back off a little bit, let your teammate come and help, and Chad was right there to come in and step up and get that frag for him and help his team. So again, keeping that a weapon, now it's a 6-3 score. It's been all Flow since that early round, and we've got a save here.
Just another quick save is Flow just going to work in the middle. Those guys have locked down middle like crazy. And it's just, NTEP's the last one alive here. 3-on-1 situation, the bomb down inside those halls, and I don't think NTEP has a chance here. He's on the save. He does have a Colt that he picked up from one of the members of Flow that went down, but really, realistically, not much of a chance here. He's not going to have any armor, and he's heading towards that bomb, but Flow knows right where he is.
Yeah, they're going to pick up this bomb and maybe get a shot at planting it, but he's going to actually bypass. So right now he doesn't seem to have a sense of where he wants to go, but he's got 50 seconds to work with. Let's see what he can do.
They're kind of circling around each other. NTEP looks like he spots Steno over there. Steno hiding beneath the balcony. And I think Lim is going to come around here and try and back his teammate up real quick. A nice quick headshot there is keeping Against All Authorities' hopes alive. But nope, Lim takes care of business.
Smart play right there. You want to try to isolate them one-on-one. He was able to get the first one. Nep was. Again, that's Gino, the guy we talked about, who replaced Dr. Crow at the opening of the map. So Gino nepped, played pretty well there, getting a one-on-one against the first guy of Flow. But, again, Flow was able to squeeze him in. A guy coming out of the U-Haul over there on the other side of the bomb site, and a guy coming out of the halls were able to take him out. So great job by Flow using their team to their advantage, and now we're in the 11th round. 7-3 score for the guys from Flow.
Looks like it's going to be somewhat of a partial buy here. I can't really tell. One of the guys just had a Glock for Against All Authority. But the first frag will go to them this time.
Oh, totally blind if you didn't see that. Lim just walked right out into two guys. He was so wide out, I think he was trying to hide behind a wall, and instead found himself out in the middle of all of them. Evo getting a nice shot there.
What a shot.
But then answered back on, so I think they're going to get into the banana bomb site.
Well, they're finally made their way into B here, and they're going to get a plant. And right now it's a 3-on-1. This is the first time we've seen Flow off their game since the pistol. So I think it's about time Against All Authority showed some of their experience and got into a bomb site and planted that thing, because it's certainly been a while.
Yeah, we normally expect, little rushes here, 5 or 6 rounds in a row for each team. I'm surprised he didn't save that gun there. Chet was in a bad position, and I think the team from aAa Authority finally starting to act, getting a little bit into this game. 7 straight rounds there, 4 Flow, and now they finally get one. So 7-4 score, and like I was saying, there's a lot of runs in this game. You get 5, 6, even sometimes 7 rounds in a row, and then the other team will get 5, 6, 7 rounds in a row. And when we see 2 really good teams, they play back and forth. A little instant replay here. Nice little headshot here by Neps. There's Gino, the new player for aAa, stepping up and coming up big. So back to live action here as Lim is trying to stop a bomb site B rush, but it looks like the guys from aAa have slowed that rush down and back to a pretty basic strat.
It looks like the guys from aAa made their way up middle, got a nice little pick on Evo, who's been one of the solid players for that Flow team, and Evo acknowledging the nice shot there, as you guys can all see. But it looks like the bomb is going to make its way into the B bomb site. 2 members of Flow, make that 1 member of Flow will be waiting. That's Savior. And let's see if NTEP can get it down. He's going to check the bomb site out, make sure it's all clear. He's going to get that plant down. And this is the 2nd consecutive plant we've seen in a row here for Against All Authority. And that's pretty important, like you mentioned before. Against All Authority was definitely in trouble with money.
A little spam there. Nep not able to finish it off. Again, not able to finish it off. So, that was a nice shot, though. So great job. Oh, he's going to get taken out, though.
But you know what? That's a great flank by Flow right there. And they just come in and clean it up. They're going to get the defuse on this. That was a great retake. I mean, the retakes of the bomb sites, we haven't even really seen that many by Flow because they've locked them down so tightly. But that was impressive.
We've seen a very good job of retakes throughout this day. Normally we see a very locked down bomb site. If you get planted in a bomb site, it's normally very hard for a team to retake it here on Inferno. So it's surprising to see Flow come in and do that. We saw that earlier from some of the other matches too. So it's an interesting phenomenon when we do see those teams retake bomb sites. But I think it's a credit to the teamwork from Flow in this match.
Look at Flow. I mean, they really powered down middle there and fell back, got an initial frag. Evo did before he went down. We've seen that a couple times now. I'm not sure what Flow gets out of that, but it certainly seems to throw Against All Authority off their game. And it looks like aAa is going to fall back right now. A 3-on-3 situation. Make that a 3-on-2 as Savior gets one. And the guys from aAa are going to, looks like they're going to make their way towards a banana. There is, Savior was waiting, but he goes down. And we have an open bomb site, Trevor.
Yeah, they're going to walk into bomb site B here, in the banana bomb site, and plant. XP3 is going to move up on the side here, left hallway. Oh, he's going to fall back, though. He can't make up his mind. So the 2 guys for aAa are set up here, 1 by the bomb, 1 up here in the hallway. 1 guy for Flow coming up.
Oh! I'm not sure I like that position there by XP3. I'm not a big fan of the peak weight. And sure enough, Against All Authority will pick up that round, but that was only because of the lucky play of Ostriker, saving his teammate who made a big mistake in that back haul, I think.
Maybe a little bit too much of a push-up, there, and great job by Ostriker to save that round, get the win for him, and so aAa picking up a round they much needed. 8-5 score right now, and waiting to watch as these 2 teams set up for the next round. Basically 2 more rounds left in this thing. If you're aAa, you can win the last 2, make it 8-7. That'd be exactly what you would hope for in this round, in this half. That could be more than you could have hoped for at one point. So if you're Flow, though, you need to get one of these last 2 at least.
Look at it Against All Authority. They've made their way into a completely clean bomb site, a stack of banana by
Flow. We could
Flow.
see the overhead real quick on that. We could show the fact that the team just stacked. Yeah, the entire team stacked in that banana bomb site, and now they're rushing down the banana hallway. They saved. This is classic save round. You try to stack everybody in one spot and hope that they rush there. Well, guess what? The French decided to go to the right bomb site, and they walked right in.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate call by the guy on Flow, whoever's calling for them. And unfortunately, sometimes that's what happens. We saw a lucky guess by SK in that match earlier, but this time it goes the other way. So right now, Against All Authority, hunting down Flow. But they took some losses there, Trev. I'm not sure that was such a great idea.
Yeah, they did lose 2 guys there, so a nice little play. But again, nobody saved any guns. That would have been more crucial if Flow had been if Flow had been saving any weapons. But I don't think they were able to. So normal round here, 8-6 coming up. A big final round in terms of deciding momentum for the second half. Like I said before, if you're the French team, you want to win this last round, get yourself an 8-7 score. If you're if you're Flow, you'd like to get this to a 9-6. Then you haven't really lost that. You had that huge lead, and to lose it to an 8-7 score at this point, I think would be a little bit of a momentum bust.
And not only that, if Flow can pick this round up, they've lost the last couple of rounds, and that would really lead in to the next pistol, and they need that pistol. So let's take a look. A nice, easy plan here for Against All Authority. A couple members of Flow going to be rotating around, but the bomb planted. Those kills are coming from the hallway. It looks like G is up in there, but the rest of Flow is coming from the CT spawn side. That would be to the left of the screen that you're looking at right now. So Against All Authorities in a good position here. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Bomb planted. Here comes Flow, making their way in. 1-on-1 right now. And Against All Authority picks up that round, and that's huge for them. And I think Flow's hurting right now.
Yeah, definitely. They had a good little run there in the middle. They got 7 straight. It was 3-0 in favor of All Against Authority. Then it was 7-3 in favor of Flow, and now it's 8-7 in favor of Flow. So if you're AAA, after that 7-3 point, being down 4, to only be down 1 going into the second half is a huge bonus. And if you're Flow, you have to be, what happened? What fell apart? And I think the big thing for them is they started to lose their ability to hold their bomb sites. They weren't able to stop that initial rush from aAa, whether it be the banana bomb site or whether it be that main netted bomb site. So a good entries by aAa and a good ability to hold those bomb sites, unlike they were earlier in the half.
And Flow needs this pistol. I mean, they didn't get the last one. They need this one to really get that momentum back in and set themselves up. I mean, they got a decent amount of rounds, but here we go. Pushed by Against All Authority through right towards the middle. You can see it right now, but Flow did a nice job of adapting to that, and they've rushed through the halls here. Against All Authority knows where they are. XP3 chasing them down. There's one guy on the balcony. Evo takes care of that, and they're going to make their way in.
Nice little shot there.
Got a nice little plant there. Looks like we have a 2-on-1 now. That's Ferg in the middle. Evo's going to be waiting for him. Let's see. I'm sorry, that's a 3-on-1. And no, Flow will get that pistol. That's critical, though. That's very critical. They need that, and that should set them up for the next couple of rounds, Trev.
Yeah, they could get themselves in a position where they could take the first 3. So important for them. And watching here as Evo unable to get a frag, but he didn't die as well. We watched the opening round there, and we saw the two teams setting up and basically coming up the middle here from the middle here and going into the bomb site. A good aggressive attack there from the team. And again, as the team from aAa, they all attack this direction quickly from the defensive side. They're forcing the other team to come from the hallways clear around the backside here to get into the bomb site. So the French team moved into the bomb site here afterwards and was able to retake that bomb site.
Look at Against All Authority. They're picking up some serious. They just ecoed Flow. I mean, I'm not sure. I think we weren't able to show that on all the screen, but a big eco win there for Against All Authority over Flow. They were just totally surrounded there and powered around the house. They just came flying in. A nice rush from all angles by Against All Authority. Ties it up 1-1. That is a big mistake for Flow.
And the reason it's so big is because it's the money system. Again, we talked about it. You get $3,500 roughly for winning. You get $1,400 for losing. So by winning the first round to get the 35, then in the second round you go from getting 35 to 14. So it's a huge drop-off where the other team actually gets the huge increase. So that drastic change...
Not to mention the guns that were dropped.
Yeah, not to mention the guns. So that huge change creates a huge disparity between the two teams. So what happens is the offensive team is left with absolutely nothing to work with.
And Against All Authority, as you can see, Flow's trying to make their way in, but the frags keep scrolling. And look at that by NTAP. That's the new guy. Just mid-air's savior there. And just a nice solid eco, taking it easy and waited for the rush. And that's what we'd expect from a team with that kind of experience.
Yeah, Nept picking up 2 frags there, I believe. No, 3 frags actually in that round. So he went from 0-2 to 3-2 real fast during that round. Again, that's Gino, the guy who replaced Dr. Crow. So he's been pretty solid for them in certain situations. Again, they are definitely not they didn't play the way they wanted there for part of the first half, but they've been definitely stepping it up since.
Look at this. It looks like it was a banana rush here on the save for Flo, and against all authority. Just going to town there. Not even close. 3-1. Just an easy, quick save. Get it over with.
And those 2 ecos are the result of the fact that they actually won that second round. They won the first round. Flo did. They lost the second, so they had to eco the next 2 to get themselves back in a money position so they could buy this round. So they've saved the last 2 to try to win this round. So it's crucial of Flo to try to pick this victory up and tie the score back up again and try to build some momentum for themselves. So important round for Flo right here.
Overall score is 10-9. Against all authorities pushing down. But let's take a look and see what Flo here. Following save here. He's going to head up. The bomb is there as well. Kind of holding back. I'm not sure I really like the way that Flo hangs around the middle area there below the window. I think that was one of the reasons why they lost that eco round.
And one important thing is Flo's not watching the flank at all. They've got nobody watching Banana, so they can get flanked here pretty easily if they don't move quickly.
And against all authorities, really shown a willingness to push down that way, and Ferg is at the end. Savior here is going to peek around, just waiting for him. The smokes, grenades being tossed around. And some frags here by Flo. Get the initial ones. They're going to make their way towards the bomb site. Looks like they still have the bomb, and against all authority came around. That's Ostriker. Came from behind and really smoked them. Just gunned them down while they were all looking the wrong way.
Most of them were blind, too. They were blind and flashed there, and there was some smoke down as well, and that really allowed him to step up and take all 3. They lined up for him perfectly, and he just unloaded on them, able to get that, and that changed the round huge time. You have 5 guys to start with. If you take out 3 in one burst, that changes the game pretty quickly. Now there's only 2 left for the entire Flo team.
Oh, I like how he dropped down. He knew that Ostriker was over by that motor bridge, and now it's a one-on-one. He's about to grab the bomb, but no, Ferg guns him down. Perfect positioning there by Against All Authority, and their experience is starting to show here. 4-1 second half score. They're really doing a good job, I think.
Yeah, and again, if you're wondering who's who here, Nept, the guy that Gino is the guy in the middle there, so he's the one next to the guy in the white jersey there. The guy in the white is actually Ostrich, so the guy who actually picked up those 3 frags. He was pointing at himself there as we came out, saying, "Hey, you know what? I did that." So that's who you're seeing in front of you right there on the screen. And here's the overhead. Why don't you lead us into this round, Vince?
The score is 11-9 right now, as you can see on the GotFrag, the scoreboard, powered by GameSense. This is another thing that we've seen, Trevor, is the push down Banana by the defensive side. Both these guys have done this. Both teams, that is, on the defensive side, and it's pretty interesting to see. We got some action over here in the halls here. Against All Authority, just going to work. Nice grenade. Look at
nice
that
fake.
Beautiful fake there with the smoke, and just gunned him down. I got to say, Flo is not looking too good right now. They just dropped another round, and they're in trouble.
Yeah, they were up at that one point when they got up 7-3. It looked like they may be able to run with this thing, but aAa has kept themselves in the game. They didn't allow the run by the New York-based team to get to them, and the old established franchise has helped it stay to keep its composure, and they've gotten back into this thing, and they've really been on a run ever since.
And they look pretty calm. I mean, look at them. I think they're relaxed. They're into their game now. Flo is the one who really has to be worried. A nice grenade there on the other side of the map. You can see Ferg rushing down. They had a nice grenade frag there. And nobody from Flo is right there. But if they turn the corner, they'll see him. Here comes the bomb. But no, a nice shot. We'll take care of that. The bomb's down, Trev.
Yeah, it's a 4-on-2 situation right now, and the bomb is controlled by the French team on the defensive side. Evo's running back here towards his spawn. He's trying to get back towards that CT hallway here. He's trying to get back around, and they're going to take out Savior, who was already stuck in that main bomb site. So Evo is going to try to get to the bomb here, and I think the rest of aAa is unsure where he is right now.
I'm not sure if they realize that the bomb is down. They might now when Evolution pops his way up, but nope. NTEP's going to gun him down from long, and yet another round is going to go to Against All Authority. I'm starting to feel that they're going to win this match, Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like we talked about, they've won 10 of the last 12 rounds that have been played up to this point. aAa has. After that 7-3 score, they've won 10 out of 12.
Aside from that initial pistol.
Well, that includes that. So 10 out of 12 cents. So been extremely effective. aAa has ever since that run by Flo, and they seem to have been able to put it together. So 6-1 in this half, 13-9 overall.
Look at NTAP. He peeks over through the window,
maybe
gets his face blown
there.
off. Well, maybe, but the whole team was there. Flo, every single one of them went towards the window beneath it, and they do have the bomb. They're heading that way, but against all authority, look at the rotation. They're very quick, and I think Evo is waiting right around there. Let's see what happens. A nice peek here by XP3. Nice. That's a risky peek, but you know what? He has the bomb down now, right in front of him.
Yeah, that was a big play that's going to work into his advantage here. He's going to get flashed there. He's got to back up. So now the member of Flo is going to be able to move up and maybe get that that bomb and push up here. So it's going to be an important frag right here.
Let's see if XP3 can peek around and get the frag. Nope, nobody there, and his teammate will clean up Chi, who was coming through the window area and trying to circle around. But solid play, good teamwork by Against All Authority is really has put this almost at a tie point here. Score 14-9.
Yeah, I mean, XP3 actually statistically is their strongest player. His 0.798 FPR makes him one of the more impressive players on aAa from the matches that we've seen.
Here's a little bit of an instant replay here. The shot from XP3. Oh! I love it. I love it. Risky, but deadly at the same time.
And they also got the bomb drop, like you said, so that changed that round and allowed them to control the bomb there and stop that rush. So a big op shot right there.
Now this is an all-out rush by Flo with guns into the B bomb site. XP3 in there. Look at that. The close-range AWP play has him looking like Spawn was earlier.
Oh, and Savior picking up 2 frags there, but Gino, the new player, is going to come in and step up and take that. He really played strong for them at CPL Italy, able to come in and about 9 days before CPL Italy, he replaced Crow, able to come in and help that team win that event. So they have almost gotten a little spark plug out of him. There he is right there in the middle of your screen, and he's really helped them big time. So he's really stepping up for him. Also, when you talk about Savior, too, I think we need a little bit more out of Savior if you're a Flo fan. He has not been a big enough contributor for him. He's 6-8 right now. He's the top scorer for him, but they're going to need more from him. Statistically, he's their best player, 0.798 according to GameSense. So, I mean, they need more out of him, and he's getting a big frag right here, Vince.
Yeah, that's right. So right now, Flo needs, they absolutely need the rest of these rounds just to tie it up.
Yep.
Just to tie it up. Scores 15-9 overall, and just to send it to overtime is going to be pretty difficult against All Authority. They've been playing so well on the CT
nice
side.
pick.
The pick there, again, we've seen constant picks by XP3 in that hallway. Just nasty, tearing them down. And look at it, there we go. Looks like that's going to be a GG. Score 9-1 in the second half overall.
And they'll play out here for rounds again. Both teams came in undefeated, so it looks like to us we're going to see aAa advance as the #1 seed, and it wasn't as clearly as we thought. At 1.7-3, we thought, you know what, this is going to go maybe in Flo's favor. Maybe the upset from New York was going to happen, but it didn't work out that way as aAa turned it around and won a ton of rounds in a row. And look, you can see Evo a little upset, a little disappointed. He wishes they could have won that match, and I think when they were up by 4 rounds at that one point, I think he thought they may.
Well, I think he was one of the main reasons why his team was up like that anyway. His play, especially on the CT side, was stellar over by that tunnel area of the CT spawn where he was kind of playing with the AWP. And, yeah, you have to be disappointed when you put in a quality effort and your team doesn't really back you up as much as you'd like.
Yeah, I hate to lay the blame at anyone's feet, but I think Savior needed to play a little bit better for this team. Like I said, he's been one of their stronger players, and he didn't step up as well in this actual match. So, again, 10-1 score right now. Looks like we're going to get a pretty good size victory by the end of this for aAa, maybe even as much as 21 if they play out and win out at this point. So, again, 3 more rounds to go for 3 more rounds plus this one, so 4 rounds to go for this match, playing it out in order to determine seeds, but we already know what they're going to be, so whatever.
Not too bad. Against All Authority has to be happy with their effort right now. They have to be happy. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, you can see that, NTEP, the new guy, really had a good showing. He did quite well being so new to this team.
And it looks like he's stepped in and actually, if not their leader, one of their top callers, because you put the guy in the middle of your lineup because he's either going to be very loud, he's going to be telling everybody around him what's going on, or he's actually your caller. He's calling out what strats you're going to be doing. So it's interesting to see a guy who's just joined the team so recently being in such a key spot, and you can see why there. Great play by him as he steps up and works with his teammate there before Chet comes out of the window and takes him out. So great play, but I'm impressed by that a lot, and it'll be interesting to see who the French have to face in their next group play. They survived this group. They beat out Flo, and it'll take the top seed, and we'll see who they get to play later. Those groups should be announced tomorrow at around 1:30 after the group play gets done. 3D along with the complexity play tomorrow. No, not complexity, excuse me. 3D will play tomorrow in the morning along with a few other teams. Actually, 4 groups will play tomorrow morning. And once those are finished and the final groups will be announced, we should have a good idea what they are. And we'll be doing some stuff on GotFrag.com to let you figure out maybe who those groups may be. But the second round of groups won't be official until then.
So make sure you check out www.gotfrag.com. That's where we are. Yeah, that's where we're streaming live from there. Tell your friends. I'm not sure everyone knows about it. This is, I think, much better than HLTV to watch. I mean, we get to listen to you, Trevor.
Well, it's more important that we get to listen to you, and then we get to see your aqua shirt here too.
My aqua shirt. I think that's blue. I think this guy's colorblind here, but
it's such a glaring color that it's blinded me after being next to you all day. So
right.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is. It's almost as good as our director Alchemist back there. I get to look at him all the time. 17-10 is the score right now, and just waiting to finish this one out. 10-2 is the score in the second half of this one. We're in one of the last rounds. We got 3 total, including the one we're in right now. And I think aAa, they're just kind of fooling around right now. You saw on the screen earlier the guys were laughing about it and the digs, and they're just kind of messing around. So,
nice shot there.
You still got to respect the aim of these guys, even when they're not really trying.
You know, the funny thing is your aim almost gets better when you get looser like this, too. So, as the two teams start to enjoy themselves more and more. And what is a French guy doing talking about
Magic Johnson?
Magic Johnson.
I have no idea.
As soon as I started to say that, I went, what?
Wait,
why is a French guy talking about it?
I don't know. I have no idea. It may be because the United States gets beat up so badly in international basketball.
I don't even know what he's talking about there. We'll leave it alone. 17-11 right now as aAa has won this match, put it away, and they'll be moving on like we talked about as the top seed. An opportunity to find out who they're going to be playing is probably, again, going to be wait until tomorrow at about 1:30. Our next match, actually, if I have that in front of me, do I? Don't believe I do. I remember off the top of my head, it's Pentagram versus Mug and Mouse. That'll be one of the 2 matches we'll be covering later tonight. Oh, a nice little stack there by Ostrich and another member of aAa. Nep pushing it down there in the middle, so most of aAa doing some little setups here in garbage time. So,
hey, this is all for padding the game sense statistics.
Absolutely.
Right here. I mean, maybe some knife kills. I mean, that'd be good.
You don't understand when we were at WCG Latin America, the WCG Pan Am games there that they had in Mexico City. Fraud was playing with Method. And the 2 players were having a great time. And one of the things that they love to do is when they had beaten a team mathematically, they had to play out. They both tried to beat each other in frag totals because they wanted their FPR to be higher than each other. Game sense for the tournament. And that is no joke. There's no lie on that one at all. They totally were like, mine is higher than yours, and they'd go home into their hotel rooms and just absolutely be loading it up going, look at that, it's higher, look at that. And then the next day, I'll take care of you tomorrow. The guy was behind him. So a big-time rivalry there over getting the higher scores.
Is that perhaps one of the reasons why they made it to the cover of the first ever GotFrag magazine?
No, actually, no. We talked about that largely, and I'm going to plug because you brought it up. Let me get a little FaceTime here. You guys will see. There it is. Now, for those who may be wondering, it's a little small. It's actually not. We did a smaller size because we wanted it easier for people to take it home with them. So we did this. You're going to get a full size with this when you order it on the magazine. And
this is the CPL version right here.
Yeah, you should order one. Version. If you haven't ordered one, you're an idiot. And so full size, 80 pages, 75 to 80 pages long. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to be doing lifestyle stuff with the players, talking with them. And again, one of the articles, like you see on the cover, we talked with Method and we talked with Danny and Fraud and talked to them about their friendship and how that's changing the American scene. That both these players are hugely interested in playing with each other, and it's created a lot of rumors, a lot of interest. I mean, we had a rumor that Fraud would maybe go to 3D, and there was talk that he was going to go over. We did an article on Prime about that. So, I mean, these two players, their connection has created a lot of interest and a lot of intrigue inside the community, and anyone who seems to know what's going on knows that these two players would love to play with each other. So, if you want to find more about that, definitely check that out. Are you
hinting about some
in the future? No, I would never do that. I would never hint at that kind of a thing. I would never do that to my boys, Lake and Torval.
I've known you for, 3-4 years now, and I know you better than that, man. You going to let me in on the big secret?
No, you're going to have to first read the magazine. then second, you're going to have to wait and find out what's going on. Nice little peekaboo there. XP3 picking up a nice little frag there at the end of the match there.
Good games being exchanged, and that's going to be it here for this matchup. Against All Authority, picking up a big win. Flo, kind of a disappointing.
I want to give a shout-out here. Laurent is in the background right there. The referee, according to our GotFrag Prime article, if you haven't read that.
There he is.
He's absolutely hilarious. Right. Yeah, you can see him shuffling papers in the background. Absolutely hilarious guy. I love giving him a bad time. He runs the Lethal Gamers events. Big supporter of GotFrag, and we love him. And I just want to give him a shout-out. Again, great job to aAa picking up the victory here. We kind of get a little sidetracked here as the match wound down. But, again, great job to the French team winning this match and moving on.
And I blame you for all sidetracking.
Oh,
that's totally your fault. And
hey, blame me. I'll take that blame. But any chance to plug my magazine, I'm going to do it.
So, imagine
sorry,
that. See, Trevor's all about plugs. See,
that's
how things go. So
I am. Hey, go to D-Pad, go to EXE, go to okay.
Yeah,
go to the hardware site.
Just check it out.
I'm just going to throw in all those plugs while I'm at it.
Well, you know what else, though? We got coverage the next couple of days, and really the website is the place you want to be. We have the live streaming coverage here, right here on GotFragTV, but also all the updated scores, live game sense, and everything else is available at GotFrag.com. So we encourage you to head on over there, read the forums. You can flame each other all you want. We love to read it, too.
If you haven't found something to talk about, you can definitely post something, and you'll get talked about. So a great match here, a good close one. I mean, the score kind of a little bit of a walk away at the end, but again, Flo up by 4 rounds at one point, had an opportunity, wasn't able to hold on, and the French team stormed back, able to come back and win 10 out of 12 rounds.
Impressive. Very impressive.
After the 7 straight rounds for Flo. So great job by the French team. Looking forward to seeing them playing later in the
The CPL 2006 Winter Championship Finals from Dallas, Texas are presented by AMD. Own the game. Choose AMD. And by the ATI Radeon X1950 from AMD. Also brought to you by BenQ. Enjoyment matters. Choose BenQ. Pizza Hut, bringing exceptional pizza deals to gamers. Razer, for gamers, by gamers. Coverage brought to you by GotFrag.com, your daily dose of esports.